Today I'm going to be discussing how the toe spring that's built into most traditional running shoes hurts your foot, where we've seen areas in the foot that becomes progressively weak from wearing the traditional running shoe for extended periods of time is the arch of the foot. For one, the shoes have arch support in which the arch just lays there dormant and unengaged. In this case, your arches are destined to become weaker, sore, and more susceptible to injury. And in this case, you're not in a good position to run when your foot arches are very fragile, weak, and non-functioning. However, there is another feature of the traditional running shoe that is also linked to arch pain and poor arch function. And that feature of the traditional running shoe is called the toe spring, which is constructed in the front part of the foot, just ahead of the arch of the shoe. The toe spring is a very common feature that is constructed in most traditional running shoes, but the toe spring is really a threat vector that makes the arch less capable of naturally functioning as a spring. Now, the purpose of the toe spring is to facilitate forward propulsion after heel strike. Normally, however, if you run with a forefoot strike landing pattern, which means that you strike the ground on your foot just ahead of the arch, in this particular landing configuration of the foot, the arch bends in a way that actually adds more elastic power to your stride when you land with a forefoot strike, and the way the arch bends in a forefoot strike landing as compared to a heel strike landing actually helps you save roughly around 30% of mechanical energy. But that is also if you have healthy arches, in which case many recreational runners unfortunately don't have healthy arches because of the traditional running shoe containing both arch support and a toe spring, which, as I just mentioned, these components cause the arches to become progressively weak, even collapsed or flattened. The good news is, however, walking barefoot on uneven surfaces, which not only stimulates stronger arches, but higher arch height. In the case of the toe spring does not let your arch bend and store elastic strain energy the way the arch was naturally intended to. In fact, recent reports have found that the toe spring may cause arch pain because of the nature of which the toe spring interferes with the arch bending during running. One study found, which I'll link the study below, the researchers found that the toe spring impaired the moderate bending tensity of the arch, whereby limiting bending tensity of the arch is implicated in arch pain and even ankle injury, because arch bending is actually a very important component of balance control during running. When the arch can't lower or rise properly because of mechanical resistance or interference from the toe spring, you may get balance deficits at the ankle, and the ankles have to work harder mechanically to compensate for the loss of function of the arch due to the toe spring or even arch support. Ultimately, the toe spring deters the arch from being used in the way it was supposed to be used. As a result, you may get complications on many levels. This is why we haven't seen much improvements in arch function and arch health from runners who wear the traditional running shoe. And there's no question that these shoes probably underlie most of the foot problems that many runners suffer from. Now, in general, to help relieve arch pain does require the arch to function as an economical spring, and you can make significant improvements in arch function, but it does require you to go barefoot. And there's tons of evidence that indicates that walking barefoot on uneven surfaces is an effective therapy that is the best starting place because it naturally challenges and engages all angles of the arch. This is the type of natural stimulation that is irreplaceable resource to help strengthen your arch. And of course, this natural engaging resource of the arch is optimized when you go barefoot. It's all the more important to walk barefoot as much as possible, but if you go back to wearing traditional running shoes full time instead of adopting a more minimalistic lifestyle in terms of footwear, I can guarantee you that your old days of foot injuries may return very quickly. Walking barefoot, especially running barefoot, makes the arches more mechanically prosperous and more stable in structure, less prone to injury, and more apt to contributing to better energy return, better energy storage during forefoot running. And this is how your running progress may be accelerated, especially as an endurance runner, because of the economic incentive that comes with acquiring stronger arches. You should, of course, want to avoid the circumstances that leads to progressively arch function decline or degeneration. So ditch your traditional footwear and make minimalism or barefooting your default position to running and walking injury free. Because the evidence tells us that minimalist and barefoot conditions really do bring real results for stronger, healthy, viable feet. And we need to be more vigorous at accepting this evidence in order to see lasting progress. Now, I have an easy barefoot running and walking training guide down below, linked in the description box, to help you get off on the right foot without overdoing it. For more information on the hot button topic, forefoot running versus heel strike running, please visit my blog, runforefoot.com, where you will also find my reviews on barefoot-inspired running shoes that may help speed up your progress. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay updated on all the latest research regarding the biomechanics of running, as well as how to maintain good foot health. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have fun out there on the roads and trails. Bye for now.